What's going on, everybody? What's going on, my lifers? How's everybody doing tonight? It's good to see everybody here in the chat. What's going on, John? John was the first comment tonight. Appreciate it, my brother. What's going on, Aramis? Good to see you in the chat as well. What's going on? I hope everybody had a really good day today. Yes, we are, John. We are live in this piece. We are in here heavy. What's up, Totally Faded? Good to see you in the chat as well. If everybody could do me a favor and like the video as you come in to the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Help me out, guys. See, this is the first week in a long time that I've actually kept my word. And have done a stream every night so far, except for Wednesdays, because I'm teaching on Wednesdays. And I probably won't do one on Friday because I think y'all are out partying on Fridays. John says I missed the last show. Hope I am updated. The last show was a little bit of a deep one. It was kind of deep. And it was good. It was a good show. We had a good time. Now tonight, what's going on, Red Boy? Now tonight, remember I said I was going to open the phone lines up. If you guys want to call in and share some of your stories, you are more than welcome. I know Red Boy wants me to disguise his voice so he can sound like Darth Vader, so no one knows who he is. Red Boy gonna call in. Guys, when you hear that, you're gonna know that's Red Boy. Red Boy gonna come in. I was a Jehovah's Witness. I have some issues with the organization. I will gift you a new lightsaber in $2.99. That's my boy though, Red Boy. You know, I'm just messing with you, Red Boy. Hope everyone had a wonderful day today. It has been a great day for me. Now next week, I will do a show on Sunday, of course. But next week I will be doing one on Monday as well. But I think I'm going to be I know I'm going to be out of town next week. But I may just try to do a stream straight from my phone while I'm out of town. I think I'm gonna be out of town like 3 or 4 days at the most. I'm not sure yet. This depends on how everything goes. I'm starting a new business venture with a good friend of mine. He and I are gonna start a business venture in Georgia. So we will see how that goes. If it goes the way I think it is, I'm gonna be out of town for a few days, maybe even longer. What's going on, Lady Brown? What's going on, Fortune Over Fame? What's going on, Sweeney Rod? What's going on, Foxy Loxy? If you guys haven't already, go ahead and find me on Instagram. I'll put it in here. A couple of you guys have already found me on Instagram. I'm probably going to be doing a little bit more on Insta. I started really trying to use Instagram a little bit more. I haven't been a big fan of it, but it's a good way to just stay in contact with people. So If you haven't found me on Instagram, go ahead and find me on Instagram. And I know some of you have said you wanted to see some of my other works, my other creative works. So my other one is KFits9665 on Instagram, and that one is more about my work, my choreography, dancing, things like that. So if you guys are interested in seeing some of the work I do, you can find me on there. But find me on here too, on the KFits My Life Instagram. I could use a couple more people on that one, so I'd appreciate it. All right, guys. I don't think this one's going to be, I don't have too much to say, I don't think. I always say that, but I never write a script. I just kind of start talking, and we will see how it goes. If you guys want to call in, we might have a little bit more to talk about. But here we go. John says, hey, Keith, I got myself a headset. Can hear you pretty good now, like in the cinema. It's great. See there? I told you it was you, John. Cleo Banks. What's up, Cleo Banks? Good to see you in the chat. Cleo Banks. Hope all is well with you. Thanks for finding me on Instagram as well. Aramis, I think you found me on Insta too. Appreciate you. What's up, Gypsy Lily? Gypsy Lily says, hey, I'm late. No, you're not late. I started the countdown early, so we would have time for people to get in. So we're just about to get started on this one. Good to see you, Gypsy Lily. Good to see you as well. I think you found me on Insta too. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. So, and I'm not gonna get on you tonight, Cleo Banks, but I'm glad you came back. John says, how do I call in? The number when I get through talking is 615-412-9335. I'll put that up on the screen when we get ready to, when everyone is ready to start calling in. I think somebody just found me on Insta. Appreciate it. So yeah, tonight's topic is the issue is we think we have time. I am a huge procrastinator by nature. I always put off things until the last minute. That has been a very, very big problem. Cleo says, I'm a glutton for punishment. Blame the JWs. Ha ha. I see. Even in terms of, John says, yeah, but I am in Norway. Can I use the number? I would think so. I think phone numbers work in Norway too. I'm pretty sure they do. We'll see. But even in terms of the organization, there was a time when I knew I didn't want to be part of the organization, and I said, I'll just wait. I'll just wait. And you have that nagging in you that says, you're trying to get up out this joint while you're still here. And you wait and you wait. Even in terms of dealing with my family, there were times when I knew there's something I really need to say to them. I need to say this right now. But I'll do it tomorrow. And you put it off and you put it off and you put it off. Or when you have an amazing idea for something that could possibly change your entire life, and you put it off, I'll do it later. I need to do this right now. But sometimes you have that little nag in your guts that keeps telling you to go ahead and do this thing now, and we don't. And we wait and we procrastinate, and we keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow. And the next thing you know, it's been 6 months later and you still haven't done that thing. We still haven't done that thing. And we look back and like, damn, I wasted a lot of time. All right, I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and we start the process all over again. I know a bunch of us have done that. Especially in the organization, you're kind of trained to not really do anything, to just wait. In the organization, you're kind of just trained, do this now because one day this system's not going to be here anymore. And it breeds a kind of procrastination, and I think in us, even when we leave the organization, we still kind of have that. It'll happen later. It'll happen later. But the thing that I've found is procrastinating and waiting, all it does is just, for me anyway, it makes me upset at myself because I know I should do this thing now. And in my heart it's saying, this is going to be a great thing for you to do. But your lazy ass just ain't doing it. So at a certain point, I think we have to override that programming that we have that allows us to just say, later, I'll get to it later, and jump on that shit and do that shit now. Personally, as I said, I have that same issue. I am in the process right now of starting 4 more YouTube channels. One is completely dance related, where I'm going to be just teaching everything that I've learned over the last 20 years to help other teachers, because hip hop is a very hard thing for a lot of people to teach, and there's no real manual, and a lot of people don't really know how to teach it. So I'm going to start a little YouTube course to teach people how to do that. I'm also going to have one that is going to be strictly about movie reviews. I have one that's about tech, older tech. And I have one more that I can't remember that one. But anyway, there are 4 in total. I'm also starting a new business, as I said earlier, with a friend of mine. All of these were things that I thought about doing maybe a year ago. And Aramis says, yeah, I procrastinate with creating, trying to get better at getting things done. I'm glad I made it to tonight's show. Maybe this will push me to stop being so lazy. Name with Hale says, the eternity of paradise made me very lazy. I was always told we have plenty of time to learn or do other things after Armageddon. That's the thing, guys. As most of us are either current or ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, we have been bred to think that this is not our time, that here and now is not our time, and that we shouldn't really worry about doing things because this whole time is going to be eliminated, and then we'll have, as Name with Hell said, eternity to do whatever we want to do in paradise. But here's the thing. I don't know if they're going to be, I don't know if it's going to be YouTube in paradise. I don't know if there's going to be electricity, power plants. I don't know if my damn my boombox, my damn radio is going to work in the new. Are our phones going to work? Are there going to be phone companies? Will we be able to, is iTunes still going to be around? Will our MP3s still play? Will we have a place to plug our phones in and charge them up? Are we just going to have instrumentals of everything? Will we have to play music live? How is the whole thing going to work? Are we going to have any of that stuff? But here's the issue though. See, I always wonder about shit like that. People in the organization. Cleo said boombox. Are they living in heaven right now? Are they in paradise right now? When you see pictures of certain members of the governing body with $20,000 watches, that seems pretty heavenly to me. The idea of being able to spend $20,000 on a watch makes me think this motherfucker is in heaven right now. He didn't have to wait to the new system to get a $20,000 watch. This motherfucker got one right now. PJ Ryder says, procrastination. Yes, you are right. It's only your own fault. I decided long ago to try my hardest to control this characteristic. I'm better with priorities, but little things pile up. John Seth says, we will go back to the Stone Age. Totally Faded said, is there going to be a paradise? Well, Totally Faded, good to see you in the chat. Good to see you too, PJ Ryder. Well, there will be one if we create one for ourselves now. The only thing I think we are guaranteed is what we do right now. And right now, I no longer want to wait until the quote unquote new system to have a paradise. All these people who are at the top of all these organizations, they have in paradise and heaven right now. Why? How come I can't have heaven right now? How come I can't have a $20,000 watch? How come I can't have a company that's worth $1 billion? Heaven is rulership. The kingdom, having the kingdom is about rulership. And all these people in the world right now who have rulership over a lot of people, those are the people who are in heaven right now. John Seth says, yes, there will be a paradise after Tony Morris has slaughtered the whole world and a bottle of whiskey in his belly. Ha ha ha. Okay, hold on. Before we keep going, somebody tell me about Bottlegate. What exactly is Bottlegate? Because as I said, I don't keep up with that shit anymore. I don't care about the current events of the organization, so I don't know. I care about moving forward and moving past all that junk. So somebody give me a brief synopsis of what Bottlegate is. Somebody tell me, or either somebody can call in and talk about it. I don't know if everyone besides me has heard of it. That's great. But if somebody wants to call in and explain what Bottlegate is, I would really appreciate it. Had to hit my hookah real quick, guys. You know what? Yeah, somebody tell me what Bottlegate is. I'm gonna have a pull of my hookah real fast. Okay, so is paradise just being able to have money and get some booze and talk about people in tight pants? I don't want to talk about nobody in tight pants, but I do want to have a good time. John Seth says Bottlegate is Tony Morris caught on camera in a liquor store buying 12 expensive bottles of whiskey. It's all over YouTube. Really? What's up, Miss Bailey? This motherfucker spent $900 on liquor? Are you kidding me? All right, Gypsy Liz said, throw that number on the screen so I can tell you all about this. Here we go. Number is on the screen, 615-412-9335. 12 bottles of liquor on a Sunday morning when this motherfucker supposed to be conducting the Watchtower study? He was going out in service. Man. Kim Mikey has a good video, and so does John Cedars. He bought the alcohol on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. about 20 miles from Warwick. Something is about $900 worth of liquor. Hold on. But you gotta think about that. 12 bottles, and it came to almost $900. Damn. That's like $40 plus a pop, right? Almost. Yeah. Damn. Why are you scared to call, Gypsy? Just call in, give us a brief synopsis of what happened. Call in, Gypsy. Somebody call in with Gypsy's scared ass. Gypsy's scared to talk. Gypsy's scared to call in. John says you have to see the video. Really? Let me see something here. Let's see something. Let's see something, guys. Let's see if we can watch this thing together. Okay, so it is what do I need? He was wearing a trench coat and some Vans. He trying to get his Lil Wayne on. Let's see if we can watch this thing together, guys. Let's see if I can pull it up. All right. Let's look at this one. Get this motherfucker here. Does he know he's being recorded, I wonder?
I see you're a fan of Scotch. Do you know anything about Irish whiskey?
Yeah. I'm not. My wife likes it.
Yeah.
Jameson's always.
Yeah. I usually get Bushnells, but I don't know anything about these world ones,
Yeah. The Jameson's been for a long time.
Yeah.
This one I don't know. Nice to just test them out, taste them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been to Scotland
All right.
a number of times, so
Well, thank you.
Scottish and Irish.
Cleo says she almost feels bad for him. Man, fuck that dude.
Yeah.
You gotta try our stuff.
Yeah. I know we got the green spot that's very nice. Well, I'll just go with another bottle of JMO.
You can't go wrong with it.
Can't go wrong with Jameson.
Yeah, have a good one.
I know, right? Busted. Probably helps him watch everybody masturbating at the Bethel. Damn, that motherfucker got a lot of liquor. When you need a shopping cart to leave the liquor store, you know you either have a big party or you have a big problem. This dude has a drinking problem. Tony said, let me put this liquor in my caddy. You're going to get in the car and turn on gin and juice. Rolling down the street, cart witnessing, sipping on gin and juice. Man, this dude here, This dude here. This dude here. This dude here. Okay. 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 Well, we see what happened to him. Fail. Fail. Oh, wow. I wonder how he felt when he saw or heard. I wonder if he knows this video was on YouTube. He probably knows. He probably saw it. He was like, is that me? He's probably like, at least my pants weren't tight. At least I didn't have on tight pants. But he was getting nice and tight. He said, I don't wear tight pants. I just get nice and tight. Him and his wife get nice and tight. Wow. Okay. Well, that was that. That dude has a drinking problem. That dude has a drinking problem. Either he's about to have a real good time masturbating with all the other peoples at Bethel. Now, I really don't care about what they say, but you know what? I am dying to hear someone say that he gave a talk about drinking alcohol. I am dying to hear that shit. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. That was funny as hell. So, PJ Ryan said he had on a tight trench coat looking like a flasher. So, let's get back to it real quick because I don't think this was going to be a long show. But as we were saying earlier, yes, Lady Brown says he does not appear to be a novice, not his first shopping expedition. No, he knows exactly what he's talking about. He knows exactly what he wants to get. Miss Bailey says the person who did it disguised his voice. Hey, Red Boy, you need to get with him, Red Boy, so you can figure out how to disguise your voice too. Since you don't want anybody to hear your voice, you go ahead and get your voice disguise on. Yeah, he can be using that money that $900 he's spending on that liquor to get that poison out of the dirt at Warwick. Because according to what I've heard, there's nickel contamination in all the dirt. Anyway, I don't want to talk about them dumb people. I don't even want to talk about that shit. Anyway, so we have been taught to wait until the new system. Point of it all is, guys, we do not have time to sit on our laurels and wait for happiness. What's up, exclusive princess? We should be taking control of our lives and doing the things that we want to do now. As I said yesterday, was discouraged from doing the things that I really wanted to do the entire time I was in the organization. And believe it or not, I think that bled over into the rest of my life because a lot of times, even today, like I said, I still find myself having to fight procrastinating things. And I know that it's something that goes back to the upbringing in that organization. It is very difficult to get some of that programming out, and it takes a lot of time. But at some point, you just have to do it. I heard a phrase that stuck with me a long time ago, and it says something to the effect of, one of the things you don't really want to happen to you is while you're lying on your deathbed, you don't want to be surrounded by the ghosts of your unfulfilled dreams. And they look at you and they're upset at you because you had the opportunity to bring them to life and you chose not to. And now those dreams are upset at you because they never had the opportunity to be materialized. And that is like a really deep statement that really stuck with me. That is a huge thing. And with us being in the organization and either still being in or leaving the organization, it would be very easy for us to have all these unfulfilled dreams and not act on them because of the programming that we got when we were in that organization. Cleo Banks. Cleo Banks. So the whole point of this show is not to really have a huge, long conversation. The whole point of this show is to say, guys, if we have dreams and if we have goals, we need to take a step every day to get closer to that goal. Every morning, like I said yesterday, I wake up, I give thanks for everything that I'm grateful for in my life, because no matter what I'm going through, there are still a lot of things for me to be thankful for. And when I'm meditating, I envision myself doing the things that I want to do that are going to make my life happy. I don't say things like, oh, I hope one day I'm going to do this. No. Before I even get out of bed, I lay there for about 20 to 30 minutes and just envision myself doing the things that I know I need to do or that I want to do or that I want to materialize from my mind into the real world. I don't know if any of you know about the book The Secret or The Law of Attraction, but I can say that it does work. Now, I'm not saying that you can just sit on your ass and think about having a new car or having a lot of money and then don't do anything and you just turn around and it's, a new car sitting in your house or a pile of money sitting in your house. But what I'm saying is everything that's on this planet that didn't come from the planet started as someone's thought in someone's mind, and then they brought that from their mind into the real world. That's how it really works. And as I said before, that book, The Secret, I bought 2 copies. I bought a copy for me and I bought a copy for my daughter. My daughter's mother saw the book and thought of it as, oh, this is some spiritism, and threw the book away. So my daughter was going to keep it because I wrote something really special to her in the inside cover of the book, something to the effect of, Alexis, you can have and do whatever you want to do in life as long as you believe in yourself enough and you put in the work to do it. I believe in you. I love you. Love, Daddy. Her mom threw it away. So I'm just going to have to buy her another book now. She's grown and married and lives on her own. I'll just buy her another one and rewrite it in there. But that goes to my point, is that people who are in that organization and some of us who have left that organization, just because we're not in physically doesn't mean we're all the way out mentally. And sometimes it takes someone else saying, hey, you are no longer in that organization. You can do whatever you want to do. Totally Faded says The Secret / Law of Attraction does work. Yes, it does. Literally, before I moved into my home, I saw it. I've said this before, but I'll just say it again. I saw this house and I saw the sign and I said, I'm going to live in that house. And when I went back to the parking lot that I was living in, I would sit in my car and close my eyes and envision myself moving into this house to the point that I was so excited, and I would say, I cannot believe I'm going to be living in that house. Or I would be in my old 1995 Integra wishing that I had a new car. And then I just started saying, I'm going to get a new car. I'm going to get a new car. And I went by car lots and I would look at cars and just think I'm going to have that car. And when I saw the car that I have now, my initial thought was, there is no way in hell you're going to get that car. My initial thought was, there is no way in hell you're going to get that car. And it was so weird. When I stopped thinking that way, I said, I'm going to get that car. I don't know how, but I'm going to get that car. And I went back to the Walmart parking lot where I was sleeping, and I kept saying, I'm going to have that car. I'm going to have that car. I don't know how, but I'm going to get that car. So that car, my old 95 Integra, broke down. And when it broke down, I was thinking, okay, I'm screwed because this is my house and my house is broken. What am I going to do? So I went back to that car lot where the car that I wanted was. So I'm walking around the car lot trying to look cool, trying not to look too, needy. I didn't want them to know my car is broken down because they'd have been like, oh, well, you got to pay whatever because your car is broken down. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know how, but I'm going to have this car. I don't know how, but I'm going to have this car. When I went to the car lot, I'm walking around. One of the salesmen came out of the place and walked up to me. He said, can I help you? And I said, yeah, I'm just kind of looking around. And he introduced himself to me, and I said, okay, my name is Keith Fitzpatrick. And he just looked at me. He said, what's your last name? I said, Fitzpatrick. He said, do you know Catherine Fitzpatrick? I said, that was my grandmother. He said, you know Tyrone and Curtis? I said, Curtis is my father. He said, boy, I grew up with you. I remember when you were born. Me and your father and your brother, we all hung out. Man, come on in here. Didn't know how that was going to happen. But the point was, I believed in it so blindly that me just having that faith materialized in a situation where the guy that sold me the car was somebody that was a friend of my family, and he actually knew me since birth, and he did everything he could to get me in that car, and I got in that car simply on the basis of belief. Now, while I was in that car, I was still envisioning myself moving into this place. And while I was in the car, laying down, sleep, thinking about being in this house, and when I called, I got the application. I went down to the place. The guy that owned the entire company just happened to be there. And I walked up to him. He said, hey, how are you? I said, I am amazing, sir. How are you? And I said, I am great. I am amazing. I said, I'm interested in the place over on 2201. He said, oh, okay, well, you can. I said, here is the application. Here is my credit report. And here are 3 months worth of my bank statements. And he said, all right, I'll give you a call. I said, okay. I walked out. He called me the next day. He said, I knew I was going to give you that place as soon as you came in. Just your attitude was so amazing. I just knew I wanted you to have it. All simply from having the right attitude. But at the same time, I knew that if I wanted to have what I wanted to have, I had to do it now. I couldn't sit around waiting for the new system. I couldn't sit around waiting for some time in the future. I had to do it now. Okay? Cleo Banks says, yes, I would tell my mom I don't like my friends. I can't find a husband, or I'm just depressed. And she would say, don't worry. This isn't the real life. Some people have to wait to be happy. That is some bullshit. That is something that someone that doesn't know that they can have whatever they want now would say. The issue is, again, we think we have time to sit around and wait. But what if we don't? And 9 times out of 10, we do not. If you want to sit around and wait your entire life, then your life is going to go by. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to go by seeing other people being happy while you are sitting around wishing that you could be happy. This world can be whatever we want it to be, because each one of us, in my opinion, has their own world. Each one of us is a creative being on this planet. So there are 9 billion different worlds on this planet, because each one of us, again, in my opinion, sees the world through their eyes. And what you want to materialize into the world is up to you. It's not based on someone else. It's based on you. We do not have an infinite amount of time. Unfortunately, we do not here on this plane of existence right now have an infinite amount of time. We have a finite amount of time. But in that finite amount of time, it is incumbent upon us to do the things that we need to do to make our lives and our world as heavenly as possible now. We do not have to sit around waiting for some new system to be happy. Yeah? Let's see what some of these other chats say. Aramis says, I design, create clothes, am a videographer, and also produce music. I am a creator, and I work a full-time job on top of being homeless. Not making excuses, but it gets hard to create at times, but I am going to work on that. Even taking baby steps to get there is better than thinking and not doing. Exactly, Aramis. Exactly, Aramis. And I was in the same boat as you. I am a choreographer. I was also a music producer. I produced music for a company called Skyline Music Publishing on Music Row. I was a house producer for a pretty big company on the road for a long time. I had a whole $10,000 recording studio in my home at one time. You also say I'm a creator and work a full-time job on top of being homeless. Exactly. When I was homeless too, I was still a choreographer. I did Uber and Amazon Flex. So it's totally doable. It's totally doable. A baby step will take you one step closer than where you were yesterday. John Seth says, wish you luck, Aramis. To start is the most important step. Keep on going. Yes. PJ Ryder says, do you know how much happier you look? Real and positive energy looks good on you. Keep up the good life. Thank you, PJ Ryder. I really appreciate that. I am happier. I really am. And even though the last few months have been very, very hard, I've had a lot of people to help me get through. And it has helped me a lot. And I feel much better now. Like I talked to you guys about the other night, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. But, you know, sometimes you have to go through a lot to appreciate how great you actually have it. And it's very easy to get caught up in the negative part of your life. But I guarantee you the positive part will outweigh it if you concentrate more on the positive than you do on the negative. If all you look at is the negative, then all you'll see is the negative. If you change your focus and only concentrate on the positive, the negative won't take up so much space in your field of vision. Do you know what I mean? Miss Bailey at Cleo Banks, I have the same stuff said to me. Same problems, being lonely or not having friends makes life more depressing. Red Boy, thank you so much for the donation, my brother. I really appreciate you. I really honestly appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, Cleo, I felt the same way. Miss Bailey, I understand. I felt the same way as well. Being lonely is difficult, and a lot of times people who aren't by themselves don't understand that. I mean, you guys can look at my place. I am in this joint by myself all the time and have been for years. For the most part, I've been by myself for a very long time. But at the end of the day, we have to be happy with ourselves in order to be happy with someone else. And if we can get to a point where we are truly happy with and by ourselves, it will make it to where you don't really have to do too much to find other people, because they will just be attracted to you. Again, for the last few years, I didn't really have a lot of friends. I didn't have a lot of friends. I had the people that were close to me. Like I guys tell you, I talk about my friends, Zach and Dorinda, all the time. But they're married and they have a kid. So I can't be up under them all the time. As much as I love them, I can't be up under them all the time. So I had to find some friends. I had to find some friends my age too, But what I can say about Zach and Dorinda is that they have always been there for me. They've always been there for me, and they've known exactly what I've gone through, and they have been like family. They are family to me. And now that even though I have new friends, I don't have very many. I keep my circle pretty small, but I can say that the friends that I have are people that I know have my back no matter what. And that's the thing. Anybody can have a bunch of friends, but do you really like them? Like, have friends that you know are going to have your back. Have friends that tell you shit like, you don't have time to sit on your ass and wait. You need to get out there and do something with your life because you have this ability, this ability, and this ability. This is something that I can say has been told to me. You have this, and this to offer. Why are you not doing it? Why are you wasting your time? Why are you not putting more effort into the things that you know you're good at? And I would challenge all of us in this organization, and by this organization I mean XJWs, because I'm sure most of us here are XJWs. Think about the things that you are good at. Think about the things that you've always wanted to do, but you were constantly told that you couldn't do because you were a part of that organization that didn't want you to do anything other than what they wanted you to do. That's very difficult to get out of your brain. So if we can get to a point where we say to ourselves, what do I really want to do? And if you get to the standpoint where you think, I don't have time to just sit around and waste. Time is the most precious thing that we have. Really, really precious. Really precious. And think about this, guys. Hold on one second. Let me do this thing real quick. Hold on one second. Okay. So, Cleo Banks says, Miss Bailey, yes, but we still have time. Every day we wake up, we have time to try to be happy. That is true. Hey, Keith, is it all right if I tell you my situation? I want to move on, but right now my credit is bad and it's forcing me to stay in my current situation. I wonder if maybe you have some advice on that. I will call. Uh-oh, we got somebody that actually wants to call in. There's the number. Call on in, Gypsy. There is the number. Now think about this, guys. If we live to be 80 years old, right? Let's just say we all live to be 80 years old. Maybe we want to live longer than that, but if we all only live to be 80 years old, I want you to think about this. That's only 29,200 days. Uh-oh, we got a call. We'll get back to that. Let's see what we got here. You are on the My Life show. Is this Gypsy Lily?
This is she. Hey, Keith, how are you?
I am amazing, Gypsy. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. My heart is beating right now, but I'm okay.
You're just talking. It's all right. It's all right. What's on your mind, Gypsy? Go on and lay it out for us.
My boyfriend is here. He's saying hi. But basically, I've been living in my apartment for about 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was disfellowshipped last year in April,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been renting from my uncle, who is a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
So I've been stuck in a situation trying to find an apartment around the area, but I've been turned down, applications turned down, and I feel stuck here. It's like, okay, I'm stuck here living in my uncle's place.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving me a hard time about smoking and this and that, and he wants me gone in a year. Then he changes his mind because he needs me to be in here. He can't rent out the place.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, is there any advice maybe you could give, being that you've been in a tough situation as well?
Yeah.
Before?
Yeah, I will totally tell you. Have you seen my video about repairing your credit?
No.
Okay.
I actually haven't.
Well, let me tell you what I did and this is what I would do if I were you. Now, I improved my credit from a 570 to a 740 in 8 months while I was homeless.
Oh.
Okay? So this is what I would say to you. If he says, I'm going to give you a year, you can be out of there in 8 months. All you need to do is, there is a company called Blue Sky. Go to the internet, type bluesky.com or either Google Blue Sky.
Blue Sky, okay.
Blue Sky. You'll get a Blue Sky credit card that's prepaid. All you have to do is maybe I put $200 on it. Okay. Then I got another one from MasterCard. And it was the same thing. They're both secured credit cards. And I did the same amount. I put $200 on that one too. Okay. Then there is a company called Self-Lender. Selflender.com. Go to their website. And what they do is you will open an account with them, and say you open a $500 account with them, right? What you'll do is every month you just pay a payment. I think it was like $45 or $50, something like that, and you pay into it every month. And what they do is they open an account in your name in another bank, so it's as if you have a loan that you're paying into, but really what you're doing is you're just paying into an account, and you do it on time every month, and they report it to the credit bureau as if you're making on-time payments on a loan. At the end of the year, you get all the money that you put into that account back.
Oh.
So during that year, all you're doing is using Self-Lender to build up your credit. Your two secured cards, you pay them every month. Whatever you purchase, just say you use it for gas. Don't go out there and start spending a bunch of money. Just go out there and maybe use it for gas. As soon as you use it for gas, just go into the account and pay it right back off. Just keep paying everything. Whatever you buy that day, try to pay it off that day. If you can't pay it off that day, this is what you do. You call the company on the company number on the card, and you ask them for the date that the card reports to the credit bureau. Let's just say they say, okay, your card reports on the 24th. Then you need to make sure that by the 24th, whatever balance you have on that card, you pay it completely off before the 24th. Okay?
Gotcha.
You will always have an up-to-date and on-time report. And literally, if you follow just those three things, your credit score will increase dramatically in a matter of 8 months. And by that time, you'll be able to get whatever apartment you want.
Okay. I'm definitely going to check that video out. I haven't looked through all of your videos, to be honest, but I'm going to definitely check that out.
Yeah, check that one out. And what's so funny about that one is I have a friend that saw that video, and she works for a credit repair agency. And she called me and she said, do you know that your video is exactly what I charge people $400 to $500 to do. You literally listed out every single step that I do. And I learned it all off of YouTube and Googling while I was homeless living in my car. So if I can do it, I know you can do it. It's not a big deal at all. You will be able to have your own place well within a year.
I am definitely going to try that, Keith. Thank you so much. You are amazing. You are helping me be a better person. You're helping a lot of people be a better person. So I really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. That really makes me feel good. I'm glad I could help. Let me know how it goes. And if you need anything else, follow me on Instagram. You can just message me on Insta. And if there's anything else that you need, just let me know and I'll help you as much as I can.
Thank you so much. I'm going to keep on watching then.
All right. I see you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, guys. All right. I didn't mean all. I meant that one. There we go. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, yeah, we can help you out. Man, I can totally help you with that. Gypsy, if you need any more help, again, just give me a call or hit me up on Insta. I'll be so glad to help, man. Because, like I said, that junk was it was difficult. It took a little bit of time, but once I got into the groove, man, I looked up. When I went to get that car, the guy asked me, said, "Wait, do you know anything about your credit?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "My score is a 740." And he's like, "You can have whatever you want." I was like, "Yeah, I know." So it literally only took 8 months. Only 8 months. PJ Ryder says, also remember there's a difference between no and low credit from bad credit and outstanding debt. All of it can be repaired though. Yeah, most definitely. Cleo says, yeah, great call. Yes, great call. But again, and that was another thing that I was procrastinating on for a long time. I always thought, even with my credit, I was like, oh, I'll just fix it one day. And then by the time I got into a real bind, it was like, oh, now I need to hurry up and fix it, right? Yeah, that's a very easy way to repair your credit. It doesn't take long. But I was so against the wall at that point. But again, literally, it didn't take very long at all. It didn't take very long at all for me to repair that. So yeah, getting back on topic, guys, we can do this shit right now. Let's just not sit around hoping that something changes. Let's just not sit around waiting. Let's get that mindset, just like Cleo Banks said, the mindset that she still has, that she's trying to get out of. And I hate to keep picking on you, Cleo, but you're just making the comments that I'm like, I really need to reply to that one. My aunt just messaged me. I guess my aunt is watching as well. What's up, Aunt Renee? Now, this is something that I have never heard, and it very well may be. It very well may be something that works. My aunt says that you can also use your ATM card in a similar way. Just choose credit instead of debit at a point of purchase. Now, that's not something I've heard before, but if that's true, then that's another way. You may be able to use that in the same way. So very good, RNA. Thank you. Appreciate that. So yeah. Hold on one second, guys. My chat window went away. There we go. So, guys, I think what we're going to do, unless anyone else has anything that they want to say, I think this topic is pretty well exhausted. Guys, please, I know we were all programmed to think that we can just sit around and wait and things will change one day. John Seth says, Keith, it's your fault. I will miss an appointment tomorrow. Hey, bro, it's all right. You got time. Hey, that's my aunt, y'all. If everybody could do me a favor and say what's up to my aunt, Renee Patterson, that is my aunt. Everybody say what's up to my aunt real quick. She's the greatest, man. She is my man. My aunt's always been my favorite relative, man. Of course, now, she's like the only one I have left besides like my daughter. As far as like a blood relative, I don't have many I can talk to now, but my aunt has always been there for me, so I love my aunt. So yeah, that was her that gave that last tip. So yeah, she is a super smart woman. She is literally one of the most intelligent people I know, and we would sit up and talk about a lot of things until like 3 or 4 in the morning. So yeah, thank you for that input, Arne. I appreciate you watching too. So yeah, guys, again, please don't just sit around waiting for something to change. This is our life. And as much as we know for sure, this is the one that we have. And I know we've been told to sit around and wait for the quote unquote new system to get here so that we can be happy, but that's a crock of bullshit. We all can be happy right now if we take our lives into our own hands, right? We have to have the ability to sit and think and say, all right, what do I want to be happy? What do I want to do with my life? What do I want out of my life? I have a book that I write into, and I remember I wrote into it probably about a year and a half ago. And go ahead and ask your question, Cleo, or you can call in and ask it, but I know you're afraid to call in. But I listed where I was in almost every aspect of my life, how much money I had in the bank, how many followers I had on YouTube, how many followers I had on Facebook, what my credit score was, where I was living, what kind of car I had. I had all these things that I listed out, and then I listed what I wanted them to be a year from now. And by the time I went back and looked at it a year later, I was so far past what I thought I wanted to be a year from now that I literally could not believe how much more I had done than what I thought I was going to do. So even now, I usually plan my day the day before. Either I'll write it down, or before I go to bed, I'll lay down and think, okay, what do I want to accomplish tomorrow? What is the one thing I want to accomplish tomorrow? Even if I think there's 3, what's the one thing that I have to accomplish tomorrow? Right? And to be honest, I had a list today, and I didn't accomplish what I want to do today because my friend called me, hit me up. He's like, hey, let's talk about this business thing. And I was like, all right. So I still got something accomplished today. But we have to plan our lives out because, again, we have been taught to not even plan anything because there was no point of having a plan. We had been told our whole lives, don't worry about anything here. Your reward is coming later. That's some bullshit. Especially if you can't go out right now and buy $900 of liquor like the dude in the governing body did in that video, then we not in heaven right now. If he can do it, that means he's in it. The average person just doesn't go out and spend $900 on liquor. So that motherfucker is having a heavenly time right now when you can buy $900 of liquor. You are a member of the governing body. You are over all the Jehovah's Witnesses. You can go in a liquor store, buy $900 worth of liquor, need a damn buggy to get that shit to your car, and then turn around and tell somebody else that they need to live a modest life. That motherfucker is in heaven, and he's keeping you in hell. So he can go to hell with his $900 worth of liquor if he thinks that I'm going to allow him to tell me what I can and can't do with the one life that I was given. So fuck that. I am going to make the most out of my life. And we all can do the exact same thing. All right? So that is the point of this show. Cleo, do you want to call in? Cleo Banks, with your question, please call in. You might have a question that could help a skillion people in here. All right. Guys, let's help Cleo. Let's really help Cleo. Cleo has a good question. Cleo says, "What's up, Deidre? What's up, Deidre? What's up, last girl?" Cleo says, "I understand that we should make steps, but how do I get over this feeling that it's never enough? Like I don't feel or see progress. I have anxiety with people not liking me, doing this wrong or awkward. How do I push past the JW mindset that every decision must be right?" Here's what I would say to that, Cleo. Here's what I would say to that, Cleo. Are you ready? Here we go. You say, how do I get over this feeling that it's never enough? Never enough for whom is the first question I would ask. If you're trying to be enough for someone else, then you may never be enough because you don't know what their standard is. If, on the other hand, you are trying to be enough for you, then you know what your standard is and you know what your goal is. If you set a goal to do 60 skillion things in a day, then that's not going to be enough because that's really not attainable. But if you set a goal for yourself to do one thing and you accomplish that one thing, that is enough for you to no longer feel like it's not enough. As Jehovah's Witnesses, we have been programmed to live up to someone else's standard. And that is very unfair. And now that you've been programmed to do that, you are requiring yourself still to live up to someone else's standard. And what you're doing is unfair to yourself, Cleo Banks. You have to determine what enough is for you. Period. Okay? You have to determine, okay, what do I want to do? If I accomplish this one little thing, you know what, Cleo? Don't revel in the accomplishment of the whole thing. Revel in the accomplishment of one little thing. There are days when I say, you know what? I went in here and set my video to be for tomorrow. Tonight, this show was a great show. So I'll probably go out, go to a hookah bar, smoke a little hookah, have a drink with my friends to celebrate that I had a good show. Just one. It doesn't matter in the big scheme of things to other people, but to me, it means a lot that I did this. Okay? So you have to determine, Cleo, what is enough for you. I have anxiety with people not liking me. Cleo, motherfuckers gonna always not like you. So you might as well just get over that shit right now. It's always gonna be somebody that doesn't like you. That's just life. That is just fucking life. There are always gonna be somebody that doesn't like you. Everybody's not for you. Everybody doesn't jive with you. I remember when I was dancing, there was this one person, this one girl that just didn't like me, and I didn't know why. And I would be trying to, I'm like, why does she don't like me? What did I do to her? Why she don't like me? And eventually I was like, man, fuck you. You just don't like me. That's fine. All right. Don't worry about people not liking you because you got plenty of time to have a whole lot of people not like you, and it's going to happen. So don't worry about it. Don't have anxiety over people not liking you, because you'll be anxious for the rest of your life. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't like you. But you know what, Cleo? You know what's more important than people not liking you? You liking you. That's the most important thing. That is the most important thing. If you like you, then you know that there's really no reason for someone, if they really knew you, to not like you. They just don't know you, so they don't like you, it should be fine. Like you, Cleo Banks, because there's only one. There's only one Cleo Banks. There's only one PJ Ryder. There's only one Deidre Stinson. There's only one Red Boy that wants to sound like Darth Vader when he calls in. There's only one Miss Bailey. There's only one John Seth. There's only one Aramis Ponder. There's only one Gypsy Lily. And there's only one K Fitz. So no matter what, you are an original. You are an original, and there's nobody else like you on the planet. So what I would suggest is that you just set some small goals for yourself. Set one. I had this conversation with someone once before. They were trying to start their own business, and they thought they did start it, but she thought she wasn't doing enough. And I'm not doing this much. I'm not doing that much. I said, look, it doesn't matter how much you think you need to do. Set yourself a goal to do something with your business once a week, just once a week. And when doing it once a week becomes super easy to you, like, oh, this is nothing. Okay, I can do it once a week. Set yourself a goal to do it twice a week. When I started this channel, I was super nervous about it, because you have to think, I'm putting myself out there for a lot of people to see. I have a video that has 500,000 views. I know there's a lot more, but I have videos that have 500,000. I have a dance video that has 2.1 million views. And there's probably like 50,000 people saying some real mean shit to me. I mean, I have several 2.1 million dance video views, 1 million, 1.5 million. I have videos on my dance side that have literally millions of views. And there are literally millions of negative comments too, in total. But I don't care. I did in the beginning. I was like, man, motherfuckers are mean as fuck. But eventually it got to the point where I was so happy that I was just doing it that it didn't even really matter what they were saying. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Cleo, you have to do what makes you happy. And if it's only one thing a week and you achieve that, then celebrate that shit. Celebrate yourself. Okay? All right. I think I am done getting on Cleo. Plus, guys, if you... Cleo is a beautiful woman. She found me on Instagram, and I looked and I was like, damn. Cleo is a beautiful, beautiful woman. So if you're talking about you can't find a husband, it's because you just haven't found the one that you want yet. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find one. You just haven't found the one that's right for you yet, which is a good thing. You don't want to just jump out there and get with anybody. Okay? So you don't have anything to worry about. Cleo says, wow, guys, thank you. I'm tearing up. No one has told me this. I really appreciate this. I don't know what to say. You know what to say, Cleo? Say that you'll do that shit. Say that you're going to go out there and that you are amazing. You are loved, and you are worthy of love. And that you have many skills and that you are amazing and that nobody can stop you but you. Just say that every day. All right. Deidre says, it infuriates me that JW separate people from their creator. Likewise, John Seth says, come regularly to this show and we will show you that you are good enough. That's right. We will have your back. My aunt says, we can afford to be a little bit selfish when it comes to our own happiness. Damn right. Damn right, Aunt Renee. Damn right. All right, guys. I did not expect for this show to go this long, but I am glad it did. I think we have all helped people a lot, and I am really proud of that, guys. Thanks for helping so much and me helping everyone out. Without you guys, it would not be possible. It would not be possible without you guys. So, Sunday, because like I said, I think Friday night is not a good night. Saturday night is definitely not a good night. So Sunday's topic, let me look and see what I have for Sunday. Give me 1 second, guys. Sunday's show will be The Only Constant is Change. Yeah? The Only Constant is Change will be our show for Sunday. John Sell says, so great to see you happy today, Keith. John, thank you so much, man. That really means a lot. It really does because, again, like I said, I was very unhappy for a very long time, and my aunt and I have talked about a lot of things. Literally just a couple weeks ago, I was on the phone crying with my aunt about my parents that I talked about the other day. But I literally just had to come to a point, just like my aunt said, we could all afford to be a little selfish when it comes to our own happiness. I had to let that situation go. I had to let that situation go because it wasn't worth it for me to continue to be unhappy. It might turn out and be great, but for right now, I had to do what I had to do to be happy. All right? My aunt says, hashtag sound effects. Red Boy says, you are always coming up with some deep topics. Hey, thanks, Red Boy. I try to do some good stuff for the show, man, you know? Last Girl says, I agree. I hear it in your voice as well. Thank you. Thank you. PJ Ryder says, good topic, change being a constant. That is right. The only constant is change. And we will talk about that on Sunday at 7:30. Guys, if you haven't, Aramis Ponder says, my boy has been happy all week. Definitely starting to see a change in Keith and for the better. Very inspiring. Hey, thank you, Aramis. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. John Sell says, go smoke a hookah. Cleo Banks says, thank you, everyone. I feel I can conquer the world. I'll be here Sunday, hopefully. Yes, that's what's up, Cleo. Get out there and do your thing because you don't have time to sit on your ass. So get out there. Get out there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the show. Thanks for calling in, Gypsy Lily. I appreciate it. I hope that you can get that going. Great Dane says that everyone who wants to remember to thumbs up. Yes, I had some thumbs up today. Thank you so much. John Sell says, Cleo, we will always be here. Don't forget it. That's right. That's right. Totally Faded says, thanks for all you do. No, thanks for all you guys do. Thanks for coming into the show and supporting the show and just being here because as much as I, try to do things to help you guys. I know you didn't say hooker. I said go smoke a hookah. I don't know what you said, John. As much as I help you guys help me even more. Just being able to have someone to talk to that was part of the organization that has left the organization is very therapeutic for me too. So we are helping each other. You know what I mean? So thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of the show. My friend Dorinda is watching. She texted me and said that she's watching, but she's not on her device. So thanks for watching, Dorinda. Thanks so much for joining Aunt Renee and putting in that really good tip for the credit thing and all of your great encouragement to Cleo. Cleo, thanks for being Thanks for being open enough to ask a question like that in front of everybody. I mean, you have to remember, I know it's like a chat, but you have to remember she's opening herself up to 20 people that she doesn't really know. And Gypsy doing the same thing, calling. You know, that's a big deal. Think about it. Would you go outside of your house to a place where there were 20 strangers and just open yourself up to them? That's a big deal. So thanks for doing that, guys. So I will see you all Sunday at 7:30. Thanks again for joining the show. Love you guys all so much, and I will see you on Sunday, all right? Peace. Night, Deidre.